Michael Radler, Kathleen Miller, W. Tadeo, S. Alberti. My name is Chris Chichester. I live at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield. First time I sent Sheriff Baxter a Freedom of Information Law document that demands his public employee payroll was December 11th, 2018. And you got the certified mail, return receipt, registered mail, return receipt. That's it. December 11th, 2018. No response. Then I sent it again on March 3rd, 2019. And I sent it again on July 23rd, 2019. And I sent it most recently, September 25th, 2019. Freedom of Information Law. For your public employee payroll. You know why? All four of you at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office exist with taxpayer dollars. You're public employees. Without taxpayer dollars, you don't have a Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And you don't have the power to abridge my civil and constitutional rights with your disgusting fanaticism. So, that's only four. 20 plus times you got it. And one time you received it was on June 15th. And what you did is you even refused to open the envelope. Refused, it says. Did you write refused on there? Michael Radler, the double dipper who did 20 plus years in the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, retired, and then he was rehired as a special assistant to the sheriff, sitting next to Jimmy the intern. Did you refuse this, Michael? Huh? Sheriff Todd Baxter is afraid to open his mail from Chris Chichester at 26 Sanders Farm Drive. The sheriff of Monroe County doesn't want to open his mail from me, baby. So, now, Michael Ryan with a double dipper, W. Tadeo, S. Alberti on June 14th. I sent you an email. Oh, we have a problem here. Oh, that's it right there. So in the subject line, FOIL, public employee payroll. Let me point to the subject line so you understand it, and I'll tell you here. The subject line, see, it says read FOIL, the public employee payroll for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. You see, that's the subject line right there in this email that I sent you on June 14th. So, Michael Rabbit, WTAO, Alberti. Are we having a problem here understanding the English language in a FOIL? I will tell you the keyword law. I will tell you why I demand this public information, that is the attached PDF. Tax dollars pay the salaries at your sheriff's office and jail. It is, wait for it, public information. Capiche? You exist to violate my constitutional and civil rights because of taxpayer dollars. Without those taxpayer dollars, you possess the same power to abridge my rights as a teenage cashier at your Wegmans headquarters. You will continue to receive a FOIL for your public employee salaries. You will continue to refuse to disclose. And I'm exactly right with that prediction. You refuse to disclose your public employee salaries. Why? I'll tell you why. Because if the people of Monroe County learn the salaries for your 170 employees, fanatics, at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, Todd K. Baxter never wins re-election. It's that simple. And you know that, and he knows that. Because he is fleecing the taxpayers and the people of Monroe County. That is what your boss, Sheriff Todd K. Baxter, is doing right now. Fleecing the taxpayers and the people of Monroe County. So, now, I moved here to my residence in 2012 with beautiful, perfect Laura. Everything is terrific. I walk through the parking lot to get to your Wegmans headquarters. I walk home. I've walked through that 4,000 times. There's no Consumer Insights building. Dr. Gloria Nichols is my dentist over there. Everything's normal. Dr. Nichols leaves. Neeraj and Layla Kumar Shah, these disgusting parasites, these appalling, pathetic, nauseating people are now in that building. And I'm walking through the parking lot one day, and there's Neeraj Shah screaming at me. And after that, you will fix that surveillance device to 2025 Penfield Road. And it is a surveillance device. And this is the parking lot 17.9 million New Yorkers can walk through, and every single one of them won't be arrested. If I walk through this parking lot, you'll arrest me. This is the lunatic fringe. And after the fireworks ended at Harris Whalen Park, 200 people walked through the parking lot after the fireworks. And the total that day was about 500 because of the parade at Penfield High School. Did you hear from Neeraj and Layla Kumar Shah about any of these people? And the answer is no. Because none of these people is me. This is not Oak Hill Country Club. This is a parking lot. This is cement that I've walked through 4,000 times. And you were with these mentally ill people, Neeraj and Layla Kumar Shah. And I used to walk my dog behind my residence that they also don't know. And one day the back window flies open. And an hour later, after this large woman is screaming at me from the back window, I have two of your Monroe County Sheriff vehicles out front of my house with the animal control guy with a pole in his hand, the animal control guy with a pole in his hand with a noose on, and they want to seize my dog. One phone call, and you fanatics are here. So when I say to you, when I describe you as fanatics and extremists, and I call you words like disgusting and nauseating, you can understand why I'm using this language, and I don't expect you to understand, because even though you think I'm talking to you, I'm not. So there's the surveillance device. It's right there. That's it. It's a camera. It's a surveillance device. I was on it. You installed this. And I found out about this because Elliot Roth at that business told me about it when he said, you're going to be arrested. And I didn't know what he was talking about until your six fanatics descended on me. Just for standing in the corner of that parking lot to tell the toothless grass cutter he's cutting grass. Neeraj and Layla Kumar Shah don't own. And what you're doing that day is set me up. Because you know I'm coming out of my house. And you empowered a private citizen named Steve Esmond to call your Panorama Trail office. You told Desmond, your sergeant in your Panorama Trail office, told him Chris Chichester is going to come out of his house when the toothless grass cutter goes by. And when he does, we're going to come down there and we're going to arrest him. This is what you're doing. Forget about real crime in Monroe County. The murderers, the rapists, the arsonists. You're installing a surveillance device on a building to see if I walk through a parking lot. George Orwell could write this in 1984. So, I sent you a FOIL, July 23rd. Cost of surveillance device purchased with taxpayer dollars by Monroe County Sheriff Todd K. Baxter and affixed to a building at 2025 Penfield Road to monitor Christopher Chichester, 26 Sanders Farm Drive, walks through the parking lot next to the building. And you know what I didn't hear from you on July 23rd? We don't know what you're talking about, Chris. You got that registered mail return receipt. We have no idea what you're talking about. Nobody came in, no phone calls, nothing. You know why? Because it's your device and you're going to lie about it, you're going to deny it. We don't know what he's talking about. Now you have to because of what I'm doing. It's one thing for me to send you something in the mail. It's a registered mail return. See, it's an entirely new situation when I'm now here on YouTube. So, 925. Freedom of Information Law. Cost of surveillance device purchased with taxpayer dollars and affixed to a building at 2025 Penfield Road to monitor Christopher Chichester, 26 Sanders Farm Drive, walks through the parking lot next to the building. So, just today alone, and I was not home for most of the day. I was only home for 2 hours. Just today alone, I saw 6 people walk through that parking lot. And you did too, because you got that camera. And you know, you didn't get a phone call from Neeraj or Layla Kumar Shah about any of these people. But if I walked through that parking lot, they would be on the phone in 5 minutes from Crazy Town. So where's my 14th Amendment right to equal protection of the laws? So. And we have... Oh, so it's one of my favorites here. I tell you, I love this one here. I mean, this is just the lunatic fringe here. There it is. There's your employees underwater in a pool there, baby. Who the hell took this picture? This was on your Facebook page. Look at that. There's your 13 fanatics in wetsuits sitting there underwater, in a pool. You know, I think I see who's swimming by there. Is that Sheriff Baxter went down there with you too? Is he swimming by? Does he have his wetsuit on there? Is that you, Todd, baby? Total incompetence. So, anyway, Kathleen, Michael W. and S, can you ask your boss, Todd Baxter, to say sometime in the office today, what do you mean I'm funny? What do you mean I'm funny? The way I talk, funny what? What's funny about it? Ask him to say that sometime during the day. So I'm demanding the title to the land next to my house, where I used to walk my dog. If you own that land, prove it. I'll say that again. If you own that land, prove it. So I sent Layla Kumar Shah and Nawaz Shah letters. Layla Kumar Shah. See that? Refused. These people are calling you to my house. Layla Kumar Shah. Refused. Change the name. Nawaz Shah. Refused. Again. Layla Kumar Shah. Refused. Nawaz Shah. Refused. And here we have certified mail, return receipt. Refused. You arrested me for being outside for 30 seconds to tell the toothless grass cutter from Broccolo Tree and Lawn Care that Shah and Shah don't own the land. And when I'm asking these parasites to prove that they own that land, and you arrested me on for being outside for 30 seconds, I wasn't even standing on the land. I was on Sanders Farm Drive where I live. They're not opening their mail. And they're not the only ones that are afraid to open their mail. Your boss, Sheriff Baxter, is also afraid to open his mail. Sheriff Todd K. Baxter lives in fear of Christopher Chichester, 26 Sanders Farm Drive, because Sheriff Todd K. Baxter is petrified of opening his registered certified mail from Christopher Chichester, 26 Sanders Farm Drive. What the hell are you afraid of just to open up an envelope, Todd, the fascist stooge? The sheriff of Monroe County doesn't want to open his certified mail from me. Oh, I love that one. I'm going to frame that one. I'll tell you when this is all done. And have you figured out what I'm doing yet? Because this is what you should get a copy of. The New York State Constitution, and you should look up Moreland Act Commission. So, have the underwater in the pool, the flow. And then we have, this is Ryan Fisher. I'll tell you, I love this one here. Here we have Ryan Fisher, Monroe County Deputy K-9, ready to protect, P-A-W, and serve at the Super Bowl. So here's Ryan Fisher. He's going to the Super Bowl in Atlanta to protect America. What are you doing sending Ryan Fisher 2,000 miles away? Freedom of information law cost for a trip to Atlanta, Georgia for a hotel and boarding for Monroe County Sheriff employee Ryan Fisher to attend the Super Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia with his canine dog Lola on February 3rd, 2019. If you spend taxpayer dollars for a hotel for Ryan Fisher in Atlanta, Georgia, which is not in New York State, and if you spend taxpayer dollars for Ryan Fisher for a plane ticket, if you spend taxpayer dollars for the care and feeding of his dog Lola, how do you think that's going to go over when Sheriff Todd Baxter is up for re-election? Because I'm going to be there every step of the way. And I'm going to come to his events. And one of the things I'm going to say to him is, you spend taxpayer dollars to send your public employee, Ryan Fisher, to the Super Bowl in Atlanta. Why? And here is Ryan with Lola. Here's Ryan with Lola. You know, the Kinks are not next to Lola. All right? This is Ryan and Lola. What I love about this picture, here is Lola. Lola has a little Monroe County Sheriff badge around her neck here. You see that? Oh, that's so adorable. I'll tell you, that is just a beautiful dog. I'll tell you, I love that dog. So, I mean, look at here he is. There's Lola. I mean, Lola, that's sweet. He got a little Monroe County Sheriff's badge around. And then you pay taxpayer dollars for Lola to have that badge? How much does that badge for Lola cost? So, all right. Excuse me. me see here. Michael, Kathleen W. and S. Can you ask Todd Baxter to say to an employee sometime during the day, the work day tomorrow, now go home and get your fucking shine box. Now that's from a film called Goodfellas about the mafia. And the mafia is the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. So, anyway. Underwater in the pool, got the surveillance device. I got to show you the surveillance device again. It's right there. You bought that from me and I was on your camera. In the parking lot, 17.9 million New Yorkers minus me. Can walk through. What's up? All right, here. And you know what you're doing? Who called Lindsey Barron from the Monroe County Office of Mental Health to come to my house? Who? One of you four called her. More than once she's been here. Because I'm demanding public information from you. I'm exercising my First Amendment right. And you're calling this appalling woman from the Office of Mental Health. And what you want to be able to do is say, even though it's a joke and it's a disgrace and it's a lie, you want to be able to say, we called the Monroe County Office of Mental Health and sent an employee, asked them to go to his house and talk to him. You want to be able to say that. It has no foundation in the truth. And you're getting on the phone and you're calling this woman to my house? This is what you're doing with your day? I mean, you were just an appalling disgrace, a joke. And you don't even know you're an appalling disgrace and a joke. So, which one of you four bankrupt, taxpayer-subsidized incompetents called Lindsey Barron of the Monroe County Office of Mental Health to my house? Which one of you did it? And you know what you do? You don't even have the integrity and the decency to own up to it. You'll lie about that too, because you lie about everything. So, anyway, have you figured out what I'm doing to you? Has it occurred yet to any of you what I'm doing to you? Because the first time I sent you a Freedom of Information Law document for your payroll was on December 11th. And you're going to get it another 50 times, and you're going to ignore it another 50 times. Good. Ignore the law. So, I was a public employee, and I handled FOIL. When I worked on Capitol Hill as a U.S. Senate staffer and U.S. House of Representatives staffer, I handled the FOIL when I worked for Senate Majority Ralph Barrino. I handled the FOIL when I worked for Governor George Pataki. And when you get a FOIL, especially for public employee payrolls, you disclose. It's that simple. This is taxpayer dollars. I'm not asking you for information about the investigation of a case. I'm asking you how taxpayer dollars are spent. It's numbers. It's that simple. And when I got a FOIL as a public employee, I immediately disclosed. And I even had a copy of it in my desk when I worked in the Capitol for the governor. It was right next to me in my desk. Because reporters want to know who got a raise. So they were constantly asking for the new payroll. Because they'd ask for the payroll, and 6 months later, they'd look at it again, and they compare the old one with the new one, and they wanted to know who got a $15 raise. And, of course, that's news. Why do you think I'm asking for the payroll over and over? Because if I get it one time, then 6 months from now, I'm going to ask for it again. I'm going to look at the names, and I want to see who got a raise. That's what I'm going to do. And I can't do that because you refuse to disclose your public employee payroll, despite the fact that your entire disgusting, nauseating, vile, appalling existence is because of taxpayer dollars. Without taxpayer dollars, you can't descend on my house and bridge my constitutional civil rights for standing in the corner of a parking lot. So, you're going to hear from me relentlessly, just like you did on June 10th, 2019, or your boss, Todd Baxter. So, anyway, I know that Sheriff Baxter is going to have a busy day tomorrow, because what's going to happen tomorrow, I predict, is that Sheriff Baxter is going to allow another inmate to escape from Monroe County Jail. Perhaps another pregnant woman will escape his custody. How does your boss, Sheriff Baxter, allow 8 months pregnant Aaliyah Burden to escape his custody at Strong Memorial Hospital? How does that happen? If she remained free and gave birth, your boss, Sheriff Baxter, would have been responsible for 2 escapees.